Premier David Eby unveiled a new program today that splits the cost of buying a home with the provincial government in a bid to make home ownership more affordable. For more, let's check in with Rob Shaw at the BC Legislature again for us tonight. So, Rob, this was an announcement for a specific project in Vancouver, but could it have wider implications?
Well, sure could, Stacey, because the Premier today is saying this program, essentially covering having the province cover 40% of the cost of your home up front, won't just apply to this one project in Vancouver, but will be part of the re-election platform he tables after the campaign begins on Saturday. Here's how this would work. If you qualify, and there are income thresholds here, you would pay 60% of the price of a home with a mortgage on that amount and at least 5% down. The province would finance the other 40%, so you don't have to make any payments on that. Here's what it looks like with some actual numbers. Say you have an $850,000 one-bedroom condo, for example. You would see a buyer make payments on that $510,000, and the province finances the $340,000 on its own. These are 25-year agreements. If you sell before those 25 years are up, you repay the 40% to the province, plus you hand over around 40% of the profits too, more if you sell within the first couple of years. And if you keep it all the way for those 25 years, you buy the province out with interest, likely through a new mortgage. Here's Eby today.
Finding a way to finance housing that's actually attainable for middle-income people who earn a decent income, who should be able to afford a place and can support that financing and pay for that financing is part of the path forward. This isn't the whole answer, but this is a significant step forward. I am really looking forward to sharing our platform with British Columbians. There will be a strong emphasis on housing.
The announcement made in Vancouver for a 2,600-unit project on traditional First Nations territory, but Eby, in his speech to the Union of BC Municipalities today, said if BC can do it on expensive Vancouver land, it can do this program elsewhere across the province. He intends to expand it in his re-election platform. Again, income cutoffs are around $192,000 for a household. It all depends on if the NDP are re-elected, whether this plan ever gets off the ground. Stacey, only one potential problem here. This is very expensive. For this one Vancouver project, it's going to cost the government more than $600 million. So imagine tens of thousands of units, hundreds of thousands of housing units. You're into the billions and billions of dollars at a time when the government is forecast to run the largest deficit in the history of BC. We'll see how they reconcile that with their election platform once the campaign begins on Saturday.